Hi, welcome to EDL 853, Special Education for Emerging School Leaders. I'm Dr. Clay, and I want to welcome you to class. You'll notice ask questions at the top. It's not going to work because this is not a live presentation. It's a recorded one, but I want you to ask questions. I will have my contact information in this slideshow, so please feel free to ask me questions. Let's get started. A little bit of background about me. First of all, you'll notice I'm female. My profile picture shows myself with my dad on graduation day when I graduated with my doctorate. My dad's 81 years young and going strong, and drove down to Beaumont, Texas, where I graduated. So that's he and I after the ceremony. I love camping. My husband and I have camped this is Friday, January 11th. We've only missed one weekend camping since March, and that was last weekend. I have two grown sons. I've been married for 32 years to my best friend. I have the two most adorable grandsons in the whole wide world. I have two fur babies. One's a German short-haired pointer who is scared of everything, literally everything, guns, the dark, birds. This morning, he was scared to death of the smoke detector who needs a battery, which we can't find. But he's scared of me when I pop my gum. It's everything. We have a dachshund who thinks he's as big as his big brother, but he's not. I absolutely love teaching adults. That's just a joy for me. I'm a special ed coordinator for Sedgwick County Special Ed. I absolutely love helping others see the wonderful world of special ed. It's so fun to see students learn and see that they're amazing. The one thing that will help you succeed in this class more than anything is communication. If you communicate, you will be successful. If you communicate with me, you're gonna be successful. That's all there is to it. I want to explain my thinking on why I have certain modules in the class. You're welcome to call and ask, why are we doing this? If you don't understand a module, the directions I have, please call me. I'll be glad to explain them in a different way and explain why it's there. I want you to leave this class with the understanding of where to look for information in regards to special ed. You need to keep yourself out of the courtrooms, off of the news at 6 o'clock or 10 o'clock, out of the newspapers. And so you need to be able to look to find the information to help you succeed in that, because special ed law is going to change constantly. It's constantly in motion. So what I teach you today could change. It'll give you basic understanding, but it could change by the time you're in an administrative role. Okay, how to get a hold of me. I talked about communication. Here are a few ways to get a hold of me. Maybe the easiest form is my email address. You'll see it there. I promise to answer it. Sometimes you'll get, hey, I got your email. I'll check back on that. I say give me 3 to 4 hours during the week, because I am a special ed coordinator during the day, a couple hours on the weekend. If you don't hear from me during that time, please don't go a whole weekend trying to do your homework without hearing from me. My number is listed there. That is a cell number. Please feel free to text me. I do go to bed rather early because I get up very early. So if it's 9 o'clock, you're probably not going to hear from me till the next morning. You'll probably wake up to an email from me. So that is fine. We have lives. All of us have lives that go on outside of grad school, outside of work, and we need to be able to live those lives. Here's the key. As a principal, as a special ed coordinator, all of those, we have deadlines that we have to hit. And so learning timeliness is important. If you're a procrastinator, it's important to learn that certain reports will have to be due by a certain date. But we have lives. So if you will call me before, that's key, before a due date, and say, hey, I'm not going to make that due date because my kids have been sick for a week and I haven't been able to do my homework, you're going to get a, hey, it's okay, I understand, and you won't lose points for being on time. But you got to call me, email me, contact me before. Feel free to text me, like I said. If you have questions about a grade you're receiving, I grade all your assignments. I'll put the grades in for the module, and I'll turn around and email you individually. Sometimes if there's like a whole bunch of you, like on module 1A that got perfect scores, I may group you into one and email you. I hope you don't mind. If you do, contact me. Email you as a group. Hey, you did great. Your module 1A looks great. You received 50 out of 50, which is a perfect score. Most assignments are worth 50 points, except for the case study. So I'll send you an email. It saves me a little bit of time. But if you lost some points, I do email you individually so others don't know your grade. If you want to fix that grade, email me back when you have completed that with the module number and put corrections out beside, or I fixed this grade, something. I will not email you until I have regraded that, and that will include your new grade. Let's see. Standards. A lot of people have lost points because of standards. Please list your standards at the beginning of each module post on in your Google Plus class or Google Plus community. So you're going to list that first. You're not going to put it in your paper or wherever. You're going to list it first before your post, and then put your post in. And you're going to have one program standard and one ISTE standard. In the course shell, it tells you very specifically how to list those standards. Again, if you have questions, call me, email me, get a hold of me. Next few slides talk specifically about each module. Here's where you'll find the Google community. It's marked out because I'm not having it show right now, but I will. Course shell, obviously you found the welcome video. Module 1, the bulleted points are there for a reason. That is true in every single module. If I give you underlined, bolded faced, bulleted points, then you need to use those for your topics. And here I say, I would go so far as to say those would make good slide topics. So a big hint right there. Again, specific instructions on how to post that. 1A, very specific instructions on how to do 1A. You're going to list your standards at the beginning of your Google post in module 1A. List your standards and then return a couple times and say, I responded to, and list the names of those who you responded to. If you don't do that, you're going to lose points because I don't have time to track down who all you responded to. Sorry, it's just a little overwhelming when there's 30 of you guys. Module 2, it's a dissertation. Don't panic. I don't expect you to read the whole thing. Please hear me say that. Don't read the whole thing. You're going to read the abstract. You're going to read chapter 1. And then the summary of the findings. The summary is just a big sum up of what they've said. And then I've listed the parts of the dissertation in order, so just read through those things. Now, if you were in a doctoral class or something where you were gathering research data, you would need to read the whole dissertation, but not for this class. Okay, and now you're just going to follow my bulleted points that I've given you, or my dark heading points. And I really want you to get into the reflection part. I want you to look deeper into what the paper was really saying, not just like, oh, well, this is what they're saying on the surface level. Dig into it, think, reflect, read it, and then, drive around a day or two thinking about it. Here you need to embed your standards into your paper. They're going to be part of the paper, not just listed at the beginning, but part of their paper. 3, this assignment each semester is really silly. This assignment takes a while. Start it when you start module 1. You need to find 3 individuals, a principal, that's a working principal, or a building level leader, a special ed teacher, and a paraeducator. And it needs to be that specific. It needs to be those specific roles. Sometimes people have interviewed special ed directors. I'm good with that. Talk to me first, though. And interview those. I gave you the questions. Please use all the questions in the course shell. Interview, ask all those questions, and report on all those questions. Something that happens a lot, people get their picture too big and it covers up the slide. And so make sure yours don't. And then when you report on it, make sure that I would make 3 columns and just report on it that way, but just make bulleted points. And then you tell me all the great stories about what you learned. This takes a while. Get started on it early. Module 4, this is a great assignment. I don't know if you've done Powtoons, but Powtoons is fun. It has so much in it. Experiment, try out all the animation and everything. Take your time, have fun, experiment, use it all. If it's overwhelming or frustrating to you, call me. We'll mess with some of it together. You can control the length of the slide. There's something down here across the bottom called the timeline, and you can increase it. If you have questions about it, just feel free to call me. I'll help you through it. Sometimes it can take a little while if you really get into it, so be ready to just spend some time here. Maybe we'll get a snow day and you can play with it. There's a 4A. Instructions are in 1A, so just go ahead and do that. 5, I want you to pick a topic that means something to you. I've had people talk to me about discipline. A lot of first-time principals say that discipline of special ed students was difficult for them. That might be a topic. You're going to pick 5 scholarly articles and 5 practitioner articles. Scholarly are written by people in higher education, doctors, professors. Practitioners are written by people that are in the work in the field of special education. You're going to read them all. You're going to write a little summary. And then I gave you some very specific bullet points for you to go in and summarize the articles. Spend some time and spit some meat in the summary. Embed your standards. Module 6, again, you're going to embed your standards, fair and equitable treatment of special ed students. There's some videos to watch and some websites to visit. A decent sized paper, you know, a couple pages or so, 3 maybe. This talks about leading by example and people first language, and this is very important. We want to always put people before anything else. So you don't want to say, for example, my mom was in a wheelchair, so you don't want to say my disabled mom. I'd want to say my mom who was always outgoing and willing to talk to people. You don't even need to know that she was in a wheelchair. You will not embed standards in this one. I want you to use it as when you become a principal, use it as like a back to school in-service. And so I want you to not embed standards. You're going to make 2 videos, one for staff and one for students. Case study, it's worth 130 points. Everything else is worth 50. This one's 130 points. There's a rubric specific for it. It's in the case study. Read the directions. If you have any questions, please call me or email me. This time you really need to concentrate on thinking like a principal or building level leader, not like a teacher. That's kind of hung some people up in the past. Think like a building level leader. What would you do as a building level leader? This is an informative chart of some of the technologies that you're used to. Do not embed standards. This is something you could use for a board presentation. And there's a 9A. Do it like your other A's, like 1A, 4A, 7A. Do it just like those. This is important here. You need to email me the name of my dogs, Cody and Odie, and how many grandsons I have. 2, the most cute, wonderful ones. By doing that, you will receive 50 points that can help you at the end of the course improve your grade. Module 10, assistive technologies, kind of helps you think outside of the box. Is assistive technology all high-tech or some of it low-tech. Just spend some time researching that and have fun with it. All right, here again, remember to email me my dog's names, Cody and Odie. There he is, being such a tough dog. And that I have 2 wonderful grandsons, Malachi and Merrick. There they are. Malachi, I just love this picture with the wonder in his eyes. And Merrick, well, that's Merrick. I mean, if he can do anything silly and make you laugh, that's what he's going to do. So there, I think he has a chocolate face and possibly eating either an apple or a French fry, maybe a donut. I don't know. That's Malachi, or Merrick, I mean. Just a silly boy. You want to look at the rubric for each of the gradings, grading for the modules. Print it out. If you want an easier printed out version, holler at me. I made myself one. I do grade all your projects. If you take time to do them, I will grade them. I have had a colleague taking a class, and he didn't think his teacher even graded him. I look at every one, so please know that. The case study has its own rubric. It's in the case study. Communication's the key. Get a hold of me. Email, text, phone calls. I'm here to help you successfully navigate this class. That's all I have. Have a good day.